rough one on Grubhub. I talked to several drivers, about Doordash. I should have shaved. I'm gonna shave later. About Doordash and about Grubhub, about Deliver That, about Deliver, about the super saturation in the market and all of that. There's a lot of crazy things going on around about right now. So I'm hoping that you can hear me pretty good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick. I want to check to see. Actually, let's see. We want to check right now to see is everything going to plan. Right now, my equipment is acting up a little bit. Let's see what we got here. See, can you hear me? It's acting up a little bit. All right, we're good there. We're good there. We're good there. We can go on and do that. Shut that down so it don't be no echo. And we can also see the chat as well. There's a few things that I want to address. I'm going to be doing another Grubhub challenge. I don't know what to call it. Maybe Grubhub Extravaganza Bonanza. Something like that. We want to share with you what we did in the community posts. We did a Grubhub trivia question. Let's see, can I pull it up right here? Yeah, I can pull it up right here. And, wow, let's see. We talked about the Grubhub ratings, that the ratings had upgraded. We talked about it right there. I'm going to go ahead and show that. Those was my ratings when I first talked about the changes and all of that. You see right up under partner level, you see 4.8. And then it says view the ratings. So now customers can rate drivers. They can give a customer feedback on Grubhub. That's a new update. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Glad to see you in the house today. And we're glad to have all your viewers. We want to talk about this Grubhub update. There you go. Hello, how you doing today as well? This Grubhub update, what I just got through showing, right here where you see that at, I can kind of expand it so you can see it. Hold on, let me do it like that. I can stretch it, but it's crazy though. See, you see where it's at right there, 4.8, right there. Yeah, I can believe it's getting like Uber Eats. It's getting a little bit like Doordash too, with the customer rating. I hope you guys can still hear me. As I'm experiencing this new rating system, we're doing fine. How are you as well? Axel, I believe. We got Dago, Axel, love from India, love back. We send love back to India as well. We have a lot of viewers from India. We appreciate you for coming in, watching us from time to time when we do these episodes. We salute you. So I just got through showing the rating. Customers can rate Grubhub drivers now. They can give feedback on Grubhub drivers. The restaurants, what's up, Howard? What's going on? They can also rate Grubhub drivers. So that's going to be a game changer as far as these different levels. And I will be doing episodes. Appreciate that there, appreciate that. We got what you call a Southerner accent. I remember 30 years ago when I was down in Florida, I had a Floridian accent. And when I came here, people was like, man, where you come from? So yeah, we got a Southern accent here. And we right here in Memphis, Tennessee. So restaurants can rate drivers now. We talked about it in our last episode. And it's crazy. But it can be a game changer for a lot of drivers. They've been doing some updates. I've noticed different changes in the partner level, which you see right there. Partner level. I experienced a whole lot of reverse orders. I also experienced more and more frequent long distance orders. I tell a lot of drivers in a lot of my episodes in the past, I'm going to say it in this episode today, that you got to choose and select what zones you're in, okay? What district areas you are in, where there's a lot of restaurants and all of that. The thing is, you got, that's a good question about compensating enough on these orders. If you're not careful, you're going to lose. You're going to lose when you're at that partner level. You're going to lose with this new changes that's coming. You got to know when you're going into one zone, you get an order and it's taking you to another zone in your region, that you're going to be making money in that region. I don't, advocate drivers taking reverse orders. Not at all. And I had one, I believe. I might be able to show it here. Let's see. We're going to also show the ratings. That's what my ratings look like right there. That's what it looked like right there. And when you hit that, when you hit this tab here, it's going to tell you how the ratings work. If you hit this tab here, it's going to tell you how to improve if you below that standard and all of that. At the time, it was 139 reviews, and I'm at a 4.8. I'm thinking now my reviews are higher. I had 123 5 stars the day I took this this shot here. I'm at 129 5-star reviews now. We talk about better business etiquette and all that. So with Grubhub, with these new changes and all of that they implement on the driver's app, the customer, okay, they can rate you. And as you notice there, in my ratings, I've been rated from 5 to 1. Majority of my good ratings are right there, and then there it goes right there. So I got an overall rating of a 4.8. It's closing in on, almost 4.9. But them ratings gonna make a difference on probably how drivers gonna get orders in these different tiers level program there. Okay, it's raining in this area pretty tough. So what I want to show right now, we asked the Grubhub trivia question: how many orders do I have to become a Grubhub Pro driver? And we can show that right there. And I'm going to expand the screen if it let me. Okay, there we go. At that time, I was partner level when I asked that question a day ago. How many orders is going to take for me to get from partner to pro? I need 80 to become pro. I'm already at pro there. If I get 80 here, it's going to make me have Premier. A lot of you drivers already know that that's on the Grubhub app. Okay, so we go into the comments section, and I put down there the multiple choice that you can pick. A is at 25, B is at 30, C is at 50, D is at 75. Glitch Dash, he came on board and said that the answer proceeds within 2 weeks stats reset. It didn't take me 2 weeks to get pro from when I put that in there. But it does set, it resets in 2 weeks. He is right about that. Major Delivery said, nice stats. He said, I could never do that on Grubhub. I used to think I couldn't do it on Grubhub. The noise you hear is the rainfall that's falling. You know, I could turn the screen around so you can see that it's raining. As you can see, the screen there, it's rain. It's pouring down here. I used to do Uber Eats. God bless you folks who deliver food. Dealing with some of the people on earth who want food delivery. Yeah, sometimes, you know, we deal with a lot of that. I'm in Tennessee. So that's what we're going through. When I was on that partner level, it reminded me of when I was on the silver tier status in Doordash. What's up from Arizona? It's amazing how the weather is crazy here in Arizona. It's 110 degrees. Not one cloud in sight. There in Memphis, it's raining like cats and dogs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Curtis Knight in Tennessee Titans in the house. Yeah, you look at it right there. Okay. It's pouring down. But I'm off my shift. You know, we did pretty decent. But since I'm at the bottom tier of pro driving, I got to get my rates up a little bit higher. Now, back to the partner level. It reminded me back in the days in Doordash when I used to be in that silver tier program. You know, before you can go to gold, before you can go to platinum. Silver, you couldn't get on schedule. You know, and the only areas you could go to was maybe 45 minutes to an hour away. We get 10-minute groceries here. They do that in any weather, motorcycle here. Respect to all the drivers out there. Orders in the rain gives you more money, right? It depends. It depends on the market. You know, some markets, if it's super metro markets or whatever, they'll give more. If you're dealing with areas where there's high-end clients, you'll get more. But if you get trapped in taking orders that takes you in other areas, you may not get the tips like you would love to get. So you gotta know your demographics. You gotta know your market. You done heard that so many times by so many content creators, but you got to know what's going on in your market, what's happening right now, what's hot, what's not. Doing inclement weather, doing hot summer weather, you know, doing cold, ice, rain, all of that, as well as it's sunny and it's hot. You know, some people are not going to tell, you know, but I got a lot of videos out there for all the viewers that's there. Be sure to check out those videos. I also do food reviews. The reason why I do food reviews with this delivery channel is for us to find out what's going on behind the scenes. The information there is going to give you better insight on how to navigate your app to make better offers and better orders. Try your best to get repeated clients. On Grubhub, that's what I have. That's what keeps me in business. You should maintain exclusively. How does it work? Oh, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in this series. You know, this is going to be a beginning of the series of Grubhub. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, you talking about multi-app? Yeah, I got some videos out there. Just check my channel out. And a lot of questions you asking will be right there. You know, let me do this right here for you, because it's not throwing me off my subject for today. I want viewers to ask certain questions. I want viewers to get an understanding on, because the person that's asking these questions right now is dealing with multi-app. And you may have heard some of my videos. I don't know. You know, there's a difference in juggling your orders. Juggling your apps and stacking your apps. I will be doing videos probably the next few weeks that's going to explain the difference. But I do have videos out there that talks about it already, but not as the main topic. Let's see, can we go to the playlist? You can go to my channel there, which is the Doordash Revolution. You see it right there. Check the playlist out. There my playlist is with all my stuff there. You barely can see it here because of the reflection of the glass. Got my food reviews that I'm doing, collaborate with another content creator on. We talk about Doordash. We talk about Grubhub. So you just go through the playlist on my channel and check some of them videos out. A lot of the questions you're asking, those answers are there. That's juggling your apps. That's what I'm talking about. That's juggling apps. That's the old way drivers do it. Juggling your apps, turning all your apps on at the same time. That's juggling apps. Like I said, I'll be talking about that in up and coming episode where we can break it down, in more detail and detailed analysis. I'm not going to do it in today's show. And stacking your apps. You can check out my previous videos that talks about that. My own perspective. What's up, my brother? Glad to see that you're in the house today. We've been watching a lot of your videos, man. You growing as a content creator, as the confidence that you put in your videos and how you interact with your viewers on your live. You're doing a great job. We appreciate you doing that, and it keeps us humble. And we got the Phoenix driver in the house as well. He's doing great in his market. Major doing great in his market. Being on the silver tier program, you got to figure out a loophole on how you can make it work for you in your market. And he made it work for in his market. Congratulations to him for being a platinum driver. You welcome, brother. You welcome. Appreciate you tapping in today with us. Just like this video right here. You can barely see it. I talks about that silver tier program there. DoorDash silver status is worth it. I was in another market. I couldn't even dash in Memphis. I had to go out of Memphis in another market. Yeah, get you some sleep. Take care. And all of that. But be sure to check those videos out. Be sure to check those videos out. When you check those videos out, hit me up in the comment section and let me know that you looked at certain videos. And then we can go ahead, we can talk about, some other stuff there. Because I'm quite sure when you see those videos, you'll have your answers, but you're going to have some more questions. So check those videos out. But back to what we was talking about once again, with this right here, the changes, the updates that's going on. We're going to be doing a Grubhub extravaganza bonanza challenge. How we're going to, proceed to each tier level. What is the experience of each tier level. But I'm going to tell you right now, here in this market here, in this market right here and everything, you got to be on scheduled blocks. There's no secret on that. If you're not on scheduled blocks with the changes that's taking place right now, you're not going to get any orders. I know because I can't show it on here. It's on that phone there. But I wish I could show it. I may do some screenshots, put it in the community post, to where you seen each scheduled block that I picked up, because I was picking these blocks up. And it was like, it's just low supply and demand here on Grubhub here. It's not like in New York, where it's more better there, because a lot of drivers got busted on Grubhub and got deactivated. I got a video about that. Let me go to let's do this here. Let me go to my studio. And let's do this here. We're going to go to the live streams. I'm going to show a few of them videos that you missed that you need to look at if you're still here. you know. All right. Be sure to check that video out right there. I will also put it in the end screen to check this video out right here. It explains it. New Grubhub driver ratings explained. I explain all of it there. Okay. It's a live stream, so it's got a lot of power packed information there. Okay. Grubhub deactivating drivers. You can check that video out right there. I may also have it on the end screen as well. There's a lot of information there, you know, to get you caught up to what we're talking about right now. So those that like food reviews, like to look at food reviews, are interested in, you know, a Grubhub driver or a delivery driver, tying in food review with this industry of the gig community and all of that, you can check out the barbecue challenges right there. You know, I also got a playlist. You can look at all that information there. It's powerful information. Once you know, you get to looking at, you're going to find out some things. The light bulb going to come on. You're going to get creative with your mindset. You're going to start having ideas on how you can maximize your earnings by looking at these videos. So be sure to do that. Now we want to show you this one here you may want to see. You know, it might be also in the end screen. Doordash fake accounts. Okay, it dealt with a Doordash driver steals $2.5 million from Doordash. That information is right there. So all the questions that you want to ask here, you can just go right to that video, watch it, look in the description box, look at the time stamps and all of that. That's going to tell you that information right there. And it's going to answer your questions as well. So those are the videos I'm going to direct you to that you need to look at, you know, about what's happening with Grubhub and the content I'm going to be bringing out. We're going to be dealing with the challenges. Well, I already did it with Grubhub partner level, so I got to do a video on that. Okay, so after that, I'm going to do a video about Grubhub versus Doordash. My experience as a Doordash driver when I was on the Diamond era, doing the Diamond era, we're going to say doing Top Dash era, Diamond era, Platinum era. And we are in the Platinum era right now. So a lot of that information going to be powerful information that'll help a Grubhub driver that's experiencing some of the same things that I experienced off on Doordash. And you can learn from one app and use the techniques that you learn from that app to maximize on another app. So, you know, that's why we're going to be talking about juggling your apps. And then we're going to talk about stacking your apps, you know, so you can maximize your earnings. But we're just going to give you the fundamentals, you know, that might help you with the information and strategy. We're not going to go to a super deep dive. We're not going to go too advanced for you, but we're going to start from I don't want to say a beginner's level, but we're going to say a fundamental level where, okay, I can go ahead and lay that foundation. Now I can build my building structure. Same way with this, you know, you be able to lay your foundation. Then you can build a structure on how you make the right decisions for better opportunities to maximize your earnings so you can earn a profit on these platforms. Knowing when to go on and knowing when to shut it off is a very powerful decision you got to make. A lot of drivers still be trying to fight that battle with certain apps. You know, leaving that app on, it's just occupying space. That's going to cause glitches on that one phone that you running 7 different apps on. So why are you going to let something occupy space that's not profitable for you? And it's interfering with you making money on another app. You know, being on the phone, got too many tabs open. All of these things can keep you from making money. I know by experience. I will share perspective and up and coming videos and video series and playlists that we're going to do. So yeah, we're going to go back to the post, and some powerful information there. So as we look at the post, I asked that question. Grubhub trivia question: how many orders do I have to complete to become a pro driver? And like I said at that time, I was just a partner driver. All right. We're going to go to the next community post. And the answer to yesterday's Grubhub trivia question is 20 orders in a row. So I advanced from those ratings there, from this level, did it in 2 days, to that level right there. You see where it says pro, then you see the ratings right there. So did it in 2 days, 20 orders in a row. I realized I'm going to get these long distance orders. I got to accept at least 20 of these long distance orders. And I had to go into a different area of town to where I wouldn't get long distance reverse orders. Listen to what I just said. What I just said right now is very powerful information. Knowing where to go to get long distance orders versus going into the wrong area of town, getting long distance reverse orders. Don't have to just be Grubhub only. Grubhub, Doordash, Uber Eats. He just got through talking about it earlier in this episode here. He's probably gone now. But yes, you got to know your city. You got to know your market. You got to know what's going on in your market. You got to know how to position yourself at the right location. Just like I'm sitting right here in this shopping plaza here. Okay, I'm sitting on this side. I might not even get the orders over here because I'm thinking the closer I'm over here, I'm going to be able to get them. I might step 2 parking spots that way and start getting them orders from over here. You got to know how to position yourself in the right location in your region. Appreciate you stopping by and saying hello, Miko. Appreciate you. But that's the thing, though. They're going to be long distance orders on Grubhub. All right, as long as if I can get it $1.50 a mile, make it work. Okay, because I was at partner level. So partner level, you're going to see a lot of long distance orders and long distance reverse orders. Like 20, I might can show you this. I got to show you this. Let me go ahead and do this. I got to show you because I got it right here. I got to show you. When I show you, you're going to be like, this is ridiculous. That's if I didn't delete it. Hold on, let's see. This is one for example. Now, I can blow this one up. Happy Mexican. That's a long distance reverse, more miles than the dollar. What I did, I'm not going to say what I did, but there's a way you don't have to get them orders, okay? And it's inside the driver app. When you reject the order, it's got the list of things that you can put down to the reason why you don't want to accept that order. I just gave you the answer right there. Okay, there's another one if I can find it. Hold on. Here's the other one. Let me pull it up so you can see it better. Let me pull it up. Same restaurant. Get what this just the example of what I'm talking about. Same restaurant. Look at it. I didn't accept it either. 22.3 miles for what? $17.39. So why would I go to that area of town or that business district in my region and put myself in jeopardy in receiving these reverse long distance orders. See, you got to know where to go, where not to go. You got to get out here in these streets. You got to put in hard work. You got to analyze your historical data on your driver app. What is Doordash? What is Uber Eats? What is Grubhub? What is Deliver That? What is Deliver? When you're multi-apping, a lot of drivers, they juggling the apps. I don't know how they still make money doing it. Stacking your apps is the way to go. It is on every app. So we got to change our mindset. If you at the lower tier levels, you'll still get it at the higher tier levels too, but not as often. But you will still get it, because if it's super saturated in that area you going to, and you happen to get in there, you may see it then, because there's going to be a whole lot of drivers, letting orders go. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. But some of us are a little greedy, though. Some of us are a little greedy. If you're at the bottom tier, you like, man, I'm getting ready. I'm declining. I'm declining dollar per mile. I got to have $2. I got to have $3 a mile. Even then, that might not be worth it for you going long distance in your market. Your market not like Memphis. Memphis not like your market. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, Jersey, man? Glad to see you in the house. We just sitting up here chopping it up with everybody, doing this live stream here, letting people talk. I want to get some feedback. What do you think about Grubhub with all of these changes that's going on? What do you think about these long distance orders that's going on the platform now? I talked about it in the past, at least 3 years ago. Sometimes you got to get the best out of the bottom of the barrel when you're trying to rise back up, because that's all you're getting is the bottom of the barrel. But you can find some better opportunities out of the bottom of the barrel, just like I just showed an example just right there. So I'm not going to be going in the area, and you can see it's taking me all the way up there to Fraser. That's good distance right there. All right, you see the Bel Air area, the Hollywood area, all of those areas there in Raleigh. Okay, I'm not gonna go do an order like this. Already did orders like that in the past. I can tell you the name of this customer without looking at the customer name. Know who that is, because he done got me twice. Not gonna get me anymore. And he don't tip no more than $2 and $3. So Grubhub need to make up the difference in base pay, bonus pay, incentives, or however they need to do it. They need to make up the difference. Because when you do an order like this, say, I'm not worried about those miles, I'm worried about the dollar amount, it's not going to work that far away. That's too far away to make that ideal work. For that ideal to work, you got to be at least 8 miles away to 10 miles away max. I can do them 10 miles, make that $15. Boom. I can do that 8 miles, make that $12. You see what I'm saying? Those are long distance average orders that you're going to make a little over $1 and maybe $1.50 an hour. So you got to start thinking smart. How long it's going to take you to get there? You got to know your market. You got to know your market. You got to know what's going on in your market. You got to know alternate routes to take besides what the GPS will take. The GPS here always going to put me in that loop. Going to always want to put me on that E-way. I'm not going to go on the E-way when I know I can save 4 to 5 miles. I can shave 4 to 5 miles off a lot of them long distance orders. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Knowing it is the key. Decision making is the ultimate key. Without that information, not looking at your historical data, hurt a lot of drivers. Okay, the apps know your historical data. AI know your historical data. Why you don't know it? Being able to know more than one way to get into a restaurant market that you doing business in. At least know at least 3 or more ways to get there. Different alternate routes that may get you there faster. A lot of drivers don't know how to navigate long distance orders. And you can be losing money because you don't know how to navigate. I know how to shave mines anywhere between 3 to 5 miles. That's why my on time percentage usually gets at 95 sometimes. It fluctuates 95 to 75 because sometimes you get them unwanted orders get thrown at you sometimes, and then they wind up being stack orders, add-on orders. You having quadruple orders. See, to see quadruple orders, you got to be at a higher tier. You're not going to see it at the partner level. You're not going to see it at the partner level. I know I done been there and done that. Full time with Grubhub for a full year. 3 years before that. What's up? What's going on, Major? Stopping by to say hello. Appreciate you today. So those are a lot of changes going on Grubhub. I will be talking about those changes as I experience them. Some of you may have experienced it before me, or you may have that experience after me. It might not happen in certain markets, but I know for a fact this customer rating is going to touch all of the markets for Grubhub. Customers will be rating drivers. Restaurants will be rating drivers. I will be talking about each one of those topics in a separate video. I won't do them together. I'll be doing them in a video. I could do it together because it's dealing with ratings. But knowing the difference in, I'm looking at the dollar amount. What is my limit on this here? I don't advocate taking reverse orders. Not like that at all. So yeah, Miko, she's in the house. Jersey Man in the house. Major in the house. A lot of the viewers from India, they was in here as well. My perspective was in the house. The Phoenix driver was in the house. Miko's in the house. I think I said her name 3 or 4 times, trying not to miss her. Curtis Knight was in the house. Yeah, we have some people say they was from April in the house. Dago was in the house. Axel was in the house. So, there was a lot of people in here tapping in, trying to find out what's going on. Howard was in the house today. That's the thing. Some drivers saying, man, I'm not going to take, 8 miles for $12. Another driver, he might take it because he understands how to navigate his long distance orders to where he can make $25 to $30 in an hour. But there's a limit on the distance to be able to do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's still like you rolling dice, gambling, and you throwing them dice against the grain. So you got to test it out. Every market, you may not be able to do that. It depends if you're in a smaller city, super saturated city where you will be seeing a whole lot of them long distance orders in a super saturated city. You'll see it in a super metro market too, but it's all about knowing where to position yourself in the right location. You going into an area, all you getting is long distance orders. Okay, on the east side. You go over to the west side, you getting long distance orders, look like the one I just showed you. Let me blow it up a little bit bigger. And you get nothing but that. Why are you still over there shopping over there on that app? Now, if you can switch apps and make it work for you, then that's a different story. So you got to look at multi-appers too. They might can afford to take an order like that there, and it's taking them in an area where it's booming for Uber Eats. Booming for Uber Eats. So that's when you know I can use this app. I made my $40, $50 off this app. It's taking me long distance order. Yeah, I'm gonna take this order, this reverse order. I'm going over there in that market over there, knowing that Uber Eats gonna be banging. Now that's something different. See, you got to know how to stack your apps, ladies and gentlemen. When one's hot, when the other one is not. See, you got to make these decisions for yourself. You see, once you master those skill sets of where you live and where you live at and where you shop at, where you do business at, then you can start maximizing your earnings with your decision, because you're gonna have enough information to know if I go over here, I'm gonna get slopped like this. But if I go over there, I can get 8 miles, 10 miles, and get $1.50 per mile. They double-digit orders. I can knock 2 of them out, depending on what tier levels you're at. And when you're on Grubhub, you gotta be on the schedule block for sure now. That's what I'm experiencing. Another driver in my city might tell you, no, you don't. He don't know what he's talking about. For each its own. Okay, message was withheld. Yeah, I'm glad somebody did take care of that. I didn't see it, but you're gonna have a little bit of that going on. But see, one thing about it, YouTube took care of that there. You see, so the thing is there, you're gonna have them slight trolls come in here. They only come in here when they got the doors open like this here. But we're gonna go ahead and still put that message out there. We know it helping drivers, the information we done shared. I done seen content creators, they using a lot of the same things I done talked about. Not because they may have listened to me, maybe they stumbled upon it the same way I did. Okay, we're gonna put it there. But they are putting the message out there that you gotta change your mindset. Okay. Not only change your mindset, you gotta make better decisions. And the thing that messed a lot of us drivers up was the negativity of negative Nancy's and babbling Bobs. And next thing you know, you're doing the same thing they doing, and you're not making money. Okay, if they couldn't prove that works for them, why would you trying to be recognized in a group that really don't care about you? You got to pay your own bills, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, once again, I'm not going to sit here and advocate this kind of stuff here. But there's different ways that different drivers know how to navigate even reverse orders. I don't advocate it. See, just like I use for an example, that driver might go ahead and take that order, go over there in Fraser, knowing at that particular time, Uber Eats is banging. So why when that driver not take it? He knowing he going over there, he know he gonna get some good bangers, then turn around and get a large order over there. Drivers are capitalizing off of this. But do I advocate it? No. No, but for each his own. I know I got to do long distance orders, but I'm gonna go in an area where I know my limit. 8 miles, 10 miles. See, I'm getting double digit orders. I'm getting a 10-mile order for $17, 8-mile order for $12. That's right at $30 right there in an hour. I know I can knock it out in an hour. I know that I can shave the miles by not going on the E-way You feel what I'm saying? I'm making the right decision for me. And I'm capitalizing off of it. I showed drivers in the past how to make $100 as fast as you can make it. I'd rather make $100 in 3 hours versus trying to make $100 in 10 hours. How fast you make $100, no matter what app you on, determines how you're going to make $200 that day, or $300 that day, or $400 that day. But you're going to have to multi-app. Some people got real lucrative markets for Doordash. The platinum era is here, ladies and gentlemen. Drivers are doing a good job. The Arizona, not Arizona, but the Phoenix driver, he's doing good. Major making it work for him. Another driver in my market doing it as well. I want to set up something before I get out of here. I want to show his thing that he did. Let me see this here. I'm looking at certain things here, trying to make sure this is what I want to do. Because I do want to acknowledge these drivers that's making it work for them. They didn't listen to the naysayers like I did. And sometimes it don't have to be the people talking. It could be the naysayer in your mind, in your thoughts. Do you want to have a closet mindset? Do you want to have a poverty mindset? Do you? Because a lot of the stuff that you hear on the social media platform, okay, that you hear in the Reddit groups and Facebook groups, you see, is a poverty mindset, a closet mindset. So how in the world you think you're going to be successful in making better decisions for better opportunities to maximize your earnings and make a profit with a closet mindset, with a poverty mindset? Put it in the comments below there and give me an answer there. You're not going to be able to do it until you change your mindset. That's up to you. Because don't nobody pay your bills but you. So do you want to sit here and feel like you got to fit in with a crowd so they don't talk about you, so they don't ridicule you, so they don't laugh at you? Then you'll never meet your greatness for success. It's just as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you got to prune the tree. Dead branches that's not producing fruit, you got to prune the tree. You can't do it with a poverty mindset. You can't do it with a closet mindset. You will have to change your mindset. I said it 3 years ago. I know, because I went back and looked at some of my videos. I did say that 3 years ago. And I can tell you where to go look for them too. All right, let's do this right here, ladies and gentlemen, right quick, because I'm pressing for time. I want to give recognition to them drivers. I want to set this up so I can be able to give recognition to them drivers. And moderators, if you see anything weird in there, you know what to do. Because, hey, I may see it, may not see it. YouTube will take care of it because I did certain things. All right, let's go ahead and let's do this here. Let me set this up. Set that up. All right, that's okay. That's good. I want to show. Let's see. Let's do this here. I may have to flip backwards. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the community post. Just like this right here. I'm going to show this right here, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's not mine. It's not mine. Not mine at all. Can I blow it up? Yeah, I can even blow it up like that. Okay. The platinum era is here, ladies and gentlemen. The platinum era is here. Drivers beginning to make money like it was the diamond era. with the platinum era. I said it was going to happen 2 years ago. All right. This is what I'm going to do. I congratulated. Let me see. I wrote it in the comments here. I can't blow it up, but there it is right there. The comments right there. Well, the topic right there. I'm gonna put it to you like this. The platinum era is awesome. Being a platinum dasher pays off success. Congratulations to Nate Dogg, MSU 1980. Congratulations also to the Phoenix Driver. Congratulations also to Major Delivery. All right, I want to give them a round of applause for making it work for them in their market. When I do it, I'm gonna have to let it do what it do right now. As I turn the volume down. Once it in, I'm going to do it again. See the volume. There it goes. It's at the end now. Let me turn the volume up. I want to give a salute to Major Deliveries, the Phoenix Driver, Nate Dogg, MSU 1980. And all the drivers, whether they're male or female, that's beginning to make it work for you. You started making decisions. You started changing your mindset. You started figuring out how to navigate on these platforms, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm getting ready to let everybody go. I'm quite sure I can go through some of this right now. All right. We'll find out what MB means later on. I'm not taking the Grubhub in a bit, but Spark's been on fire here. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, you may get out there and do Grubhub and might make a quick 40 in 2 hours. Then it goes dead. Spark. I think everybody jumping on Spark now. Spark is the thing. It's another app out there everybody jumping on. It's the thing too. Rideshare InDrive here is booming. You know, it's knowing your market. You done mastered each one of your apps. I mean, master it to where you can read and comprehend what's going on that platform. You know when it's hot, you know when it's not, you know where to go, you know what to do. Okay, I'm going to take this order. It's going to take me over there. It's the right order for me as a driver, even if it's a reverse order, because I know I'm getting ready to make $100 and $150 in about 3 hours on Uber Eats going over there. See, it's all about how you can make it work. But when you start stacking them apps, you're going to make more money. Now, I'm going to show you what Major's been doing. I'm noticing the difference between his active time and his dash time, and it's narrowing the gap to where it's anywhere between an hour and a half difference. On one of his orders, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm correct, he was at $35 an hour. Active time. His total time, ladies and gentlemen, was like $25 to $27 an hour. Anytime on your total time you making $20 plus, you making a profit. You're making a profit. And I done did a video about that. If you making less than that and you got these apps getting in the way of the other apps making money, you're making money but you're not making a profit, then you're doing it wrong. You shouldn't have that app on. 12 hours in a day, you only did 3 hours on the app, but that you just had it in the way. It might have kept you from getting some bangers on other apps. It's going to glitch. I know it did with me. I know other drivers experience glitches because we talked about it all the time. All of us for the last 3 to 4 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to let you go. I appreciate everybody that came in the comment section today. You know, I appreciate The moderators taking care of the room, getting rid of folks for me today. I appreciate that so much. And I'm quite sure I'm going to go back and review some things, and I'm going to take care of some things as well. Howard is in here. In here, he's saying some things as well. Good things, not bad. Hulk Smash, I see he was in the house today. Appreciate it. Deliver's doing real good, and a lot of people market here too. They done changed. They done changed and did some updating too. And yeah, they done changed and did some updating. I'm keeping that a secret right now, but most drivers that's on that platform know. All right. Good afternoon to you, Hulk Smash. Good afternoon. Howard said, yes, they are. Yes, indeed. Ice Waller come daily, bro. Line it up with those questions. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to look through all of this and everything. I already know who's in here and who's not. I already know that as well. But my thing is, you can't have a poverty mindset anymore, people. Okay, you can't have a closet mindset anymore, people. I gotta laugh because I take this right here may be the Grand Slam of the week. What's the wildest dump you ever taken? What did you eat? I'm gonna tell you why I'm laughing about this here. Where did you take it? Okay, see, this is why I'm laughing. When you see someone, ladies and gentlemen, want to do that there, you can do that there. Bam. You see what I'm saying? That's how you handle that. You see, I knew the trolls was going to come off in here. We ain't worried about that. All right, we're going to do this here too. All right. Right there. Right there, because I got a feeling I know who these people are, and we don't really care because they got a poverty mindset, closet mindset, right? So it don't affect me anymore. So we know that what we doing is right. We know it helps us and it helps others as well. So we're going to get ready and get out of here, people. I want to give those that don't have a poverty mindset, don't have a closet mindset, that has made new beginnings on how they're going to be successful on making money versus making a profit. I want to give them a round of applause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, the Doordash Revolution. Peace, take care. We see you in the next video. I will be reviewing all the live chats later on. And we will do what we have to do and getting information out there that be provided to help people out here, even the ones they even try to make fun, ridicule, and laugh at you. They're only doing that because they like, oh man, he's going in the right direction. Oh man, he's dropping jewels. Oh man, I'm gonna get some of this information and it's gonna help me and give me value as well. So they take the advice of good information that we put out there and they utilize it too. So we're gonna keep doing what we doing. May God bless you, may he keep you. I always often say that God has given a revelation for a new direction. We'll see you in the next video.